Okay, so tuning into the energy of the new moon in Cancer, that was on June 21. So the new moon in Cancer, the energy around that is telling us that it's a good time to release. So things that don't serve us anymore, this is a time to release those things and then draw in new energy for new dreams. So that means letting go of situations and relationships that are no longer working and replace the old dreams with the new ones. And I thought we would begin with a little pranayama breathing to help us with the releasing. And we're going to do a little bit of a few cycles of breathing, and we're going to also explore our chakras to help us in what we're going to draw in. Hi, Adrina. So just starting off, we're going to do an inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. So inhaling and rolling your shoulders back. So loosening through the shoulder area. And then we're going to move to inhaling twice and exhaling twice. So we're going to inhale twice through our nose and twice through our mouth. So we're going to go. Keeping our spine nice and tall so that it allows the good flow of energy. And then we're going to move into an inhaling through the nose and an exhaling with making a humming sound. So we're going to go And then softening your eyes as I walk you through each of the chakras. I want you to continue on with that breathing, but scanning through each of your chakras, examining the energy in each one. So as you're breathing in and then humming out, the first chakra is the crown chakra that's at the top of our head. Examining the energy there. The color for that chakra is purple. And then moving down to the next chakra, which is our third eye. So it's in between our eyes and just near our forehead. And the color for that one is violet. Just noticing the energy there as you're breathing in and you're humming out with your exhalation. Continuing on down through to the next chakra, which is the throat chakra, which is a light blue chakra. And that's all around talking. And then the next chakra down is the heart chakra. So the heart chakra is a green color and it's all around love. Just noticing the energy in that chakra. And then the next one down is the solar plexus. The color for that one is a golden color. And then below that one is all around the sacral chakra. And that's more of a dark orangey color. And then the base chakra, which is red. So as you're breathing in and humming the energy out, noticing how each of those chakras are feeling and noticing where the energy is the strongest. And you may use this then for your intention. So really hoping to boost through that energy, really covering your body in that color and drawing in the good energy for that area. So the crown chakra is all around understanding, and the third eye is around seeing. The throat chakra is around talking and speech. The heart chakra is around love. The solar plexus is all around what you do, and the sacral chakra around what you feel. And then the base chakra is around who you are. So just keeping that in mind and using that as a cue for your intention for your yoga practice today. So from here, we're going to go into an Om to open up our space. So we're going to take a deep breath in, and then as we breathe out, release, and then another deep breath in. Om. And then coming to a position on all fours, we're going to do some cat-cows, warming up our spine, having our knees and our hands nice and wide apart, inhaling, lifting through the chest, and exhaling, lifting up through the spine and looking through the knees towards the feet, just moving gently through the spine. We'll continue here for 5 breaths. And noticing the colour and the intention that you're taking with you through your practice today. We're going to come into a little shoulder opening here. So taking your knees a little bit further back on the mat, bringing your right hand a little bit towards the middle of the mat, and the left hand, keeping your gaze at your left hand as you inhale, and lift the left hand up towards the ceiling, and exhaling, bringing that down and under the right hand. Continuing on, breathing in and breathing out, hovering that through, really stretching and lengthening as you open through the chest and the shoulders. Continue on, we're going to do one more of these, all the way up. And then we're going to bring our left hand down to the mat and bring our left shoulder towards the mat and take our right hand forward, bringing the left shoulder and left ear down towards the mat, wherever's comfortable for you. And we're going to inhale here and exhale 3 deep breaths, really stretching into the left shoulder. And then bringing the left hand back to the mat, sliding your right hand back. So now we're going to move to the other side. This time we'll bring the left hand towards the center of the mat, and we're going to inhale and lift up the right hand and follow your gaze on the right hand up to the ceiling, and then bring it down and under the left arm as you thread it under. Really stretching up towards the ceiling as you open up through the chest and bringing the hand under, hovering underneath the left hand. Continue on for another 4 rounds as we open up through the shoulders. And on the next exhalation, as you bring the right hand down towards the earth, lay the right arm and the shoulder, bring your ear down towards the mat, taking your left hand forward. We're going to stay here for 3 deep breaths, noticing that stretch through the right side of your shoulder and through the right scapula. And then coming back onto all fours, and we're going to roll onto our back, hugging our knees up to our chest, rolling our lumbar spine, loosening off through the lower back area, going in a clockwise direction, just taking some nice deep breaths, loosening off through the spine. And then taking it back the other way. Nice big circles. And then coming back onto all fours. We're going to do some alternate leg and arm raising. So taking your knees nice and wide again, we're going to inhale and we're going to lift through the left leg and the right arm. And we're going to exhale and bring the left hand and right arm back, bring the knee to the elbow. So bring this in and out. Do another 4 rounds here. And then bringing the right hand back to the mat, leaving the left leg up in the air and circling that around, having your toes pointing down towards the ground. Just taking some deep breaths as you lengthening through the leg and squeezing through the buttocks, strengthening through the hip area, and then landing that knee down, back down on the mat. And we move to the other side. So we're going to be inhaling, lifting the right leg, left arm, stretching it out, lengthening through the hand and the foot, and then exhale as you bring the elbow to the knee. Inhale, lifting back up again. We'll go 4 more rounds on this side. Keeping your back nice and steady, lengthening through your spine. Your right toes pointing down towards the mat. And 1 more round here. And then place the left hand back on the mat and moving the right leg in a circular direction. Taking 2 more breaths here. And then landing that right foot down onto the mat. We're going to tuck our toes down and open up through the hands as we press against the ground and lift our hips up into our first downward dog. From here, we're going to walk our heels down towards the mat, stretching through the back of the legs. If you've still got your socks on, you might need to think about dropping those off if you're slipping a little bit. We're staying here for 4 more breaths, feeling a nice stretch through the back of the legs and through the shoulders. And then from here, we're going to lift up the left leg up into a 3-legged dog. Taking a couple of breaths here and lengthening through the right leg, bringing the heel down towards the mat. And then bringing the left leg down, taking the right leg up. 3-legged dog on the right side. Then we're going to bring that right foot forward next to the right hand into a lizard pose. So this is going to help us to open up through the hip on the right side. You can have your knee down on the ground if you want to do that, or you can bring the knee up. It's your choice. Just staying here for 3 more breaths and just moving your body in a circular direction, just assisting with that opening up through the hip on the right side. And then take the right foot back into downward dog. Staying here for 2 breaths. And then taking the left foot forward next to the left hand. So lizard on the left side. And again, you can drop your right knee down to the mat if you want, or you can keep it up. And just doing some little movements, opening up through the hip area on the right side. 2 more breaths here. And then taking your foot back, placing it next to the right one, going into downward dog, really stretching that out, staying here for 2 more breaths, and then coming down, lowering yourself down to the mat. And we'll just rest here for a few breaths. Bringing your focus back to your intention and the color and the energy that you want to really power through to help you make use of the energy in Cancer. And then we're going to come up to a standing position from here, giving your body a little shake. We're going to go through 4 rounds of our sun salute. So I will walk you through the first one. So if you're not familiar with this, you can just watch for the first round and then join in on the second. Or if many of you are familiar, just join in from the beginning. So coming to the top of the mat, we're going to inhale, lift our arms and lift our gaze. Exhale, we're going to fold forward. Bring our hands down to the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, stepping back into a high plank. Now, in this position, you can have your knees on the mat if you want, into a low plank. And we're going to slowly lower our body down to the mat. And then inhale, lift through the chest into an upward dog. And then exhale, tucking your toes under and pressing up into a downward dog. Bring your gaze towards your hands and stepping forward into forward fold. And then inhale, lift and lengthen your spine. Exhale, drawing your chest towards your legs. And then inhale, come all the way back up to bring your hands to Anjali Mudra to the start. So we'll go 3 more rounds. You can go at your own pace using your breath to guide you, or you can come with me. So we can inhale, come all the way up, lift and lengthen, exhale, folding forward, lengthening through the spine as we inhale, and then exhale, we're going to step back into a high plank or a low plank, whichever feels right for you. Exhaling as we lower our body to the mat. Inhale to an upward dog, and then exhaling to a downward dog. Moving your gaze forward and stepping to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine, and exhaling, drawing your chest towards your legs. And then inhale, come all the way back up to the beginning. Nice work. Just evening out your breath. Got 2 more rounds to go. Really warming up the body and the energy here. And then last round. And when you finish coming back to Anjali Mudra, just noticing your breath and allow your body to distill the energy and the heat that you've just built in your sun salutations. I'm going to come into a yogi squat next. So we're going to inhale and we're going to come into a squatting position. So if you're having any issues with your knees, you might want to stay into a high squat. Others may be able to go into a lower squat. So coming down and pressing your elbows against your knees, lifting your chest up, lengthening through the spine. We're going to stay here for 4 more breaths. This one's called garland pose. And 1 more breath here. And then placing your hands on the ground and straightening out through your legs, lengthening into a forward fold. And we're going to tuck our fingers underneath our feet if you can, or bring your fingers down towards your ankles. I'm going to stay here for 5 breaths, feeling the lengthening through the back of the legs and through the lower back. Lengthening through your shoulders and your spine, and you'll notice a nice stretch through the back of your shoulders as well. Taking 3 more breaths here. And again, as you're in this position, when you're exhaling, thinking about exhaling all that doesn't serve you anymore. And then releasing your hands and coming back up to standing position to Anjali Mudra. From here, we're going to go into a chair pose. So chair pose is all about strengthening through the legs and the buttocks. So we're going to, I'll go side on so you can see. So it's like you're going to sit back into a chair. So you have your feet around hip width apart, toes pointing slightly out. As you inhale, we're going to drop our bottom down like we're going to sit on the chair, and we're going to bring our hands up in the air. And again, if you have any issues with your knees, you might like to go not quite so low. And we're going to stay here for 4 breaths, really strengthening through the legs and the buttocks. And then inhale, coming all the way up. Take a couple of breaths here, and then we're going to do another one. So on the next inhalation, we're going to inhale, lifting our chest and our arms and coming back down into chair pose for 4 breaths. Last breath here, and then inhale, coming back up again. Give your legs a little shake, and then stepping to the back of the mat with your left foot out, turned out slightly, and we're going to step forward with the right foot into warrior 1. So as we inhale, we're going to bring our arms up, bring our chest up and our gaze up, and we're going to bend the front knee. So the front knee is over the ankle. I'm going to stay here for 4 breaths, noticing the opening through the left hip area. So gazing up towards the ceiling, really lift and lengthen through the chest, noticing the strengthening through the right leg, through the thigh, and the opening through the left leg. From here, we're going to bring our hands down to Anjali Mudra, take our body forward, and we're going to turn towards the right side and take our left elbow on the outside of our right knee into a twist. And we're going to stay here for 4 breaths. And then inhaling back to the center, and then coming back up and stepping forward with your left leg. Give your legs a little shake, and then we'll go to the other side. Okay, so this time we've got the right foot out to the side. We're going to step forward with the left foot. We're going to inhale, bring our arms up towards the ceiling, lifting our chest and our gaze, bending through the left knee. So the left knee is over the ankle. Staying here for 4 breaths. Lift and lengthen your arms up towards the ceiling and noticing the opening on the hip area on the right side and the strengthening through your left thigh. Take 2 more breaths here. And then we're going to bring our hands to Anjali Mudra, take our body forward and twist our body to the left side this time. Bring the left elbow on the right elbow on the outside of the left knee and gazing towards the left side, nice and strong through the feet. Do 2 more breaths here. And then inhale, bring your body back to center and coming back up to a standing position. Give your legs a little shake. Nice work. Now we're going to come down to a sitting position with our feet out in front of us. So lift and lengthening through the spine. We're going to inhale, lift our arms up towards the ceiling and exhale, folding forward into Paschimottanasana, bringing your hands either down to your toes or to your ankles. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. You're gazing towards your big toes, and each time you exhale, you're exhaling all that doesn't serve you, and you're also relaxing a little bit more into the stretch of this one. So noticing that through the back of your legs and your lower back and a little bit of shoulders. Take 2 more breaths here. And then inhale, releasing your hands and bringing your hands back to Anjali Mudra. We're going to do a twist to the right side. So we're going to inhale, lift our arms up to the ceiling, and exhale, we're going to take the left hand to the edge of the right foot or to the right ankle and bring the right hand behind you, gazing point to the right big toe, and you can actually bind that right arm behind you. And we're going to stay here for 5 breaths and noticing that stretch and twist on the right hand side. And 1 more breath here. And then we're going to inhale, release the left hand, come back to Anjali Mudra, lifting and lengthening through the spine. Inhale, lifting our arms towards the ceiling and exhaling, folding forward, bringing the right hand around the outside edge of the left foot, right hand behind you, gazing towards the left big toe, and you can bind that left hand around the back. And same on this side. So staying here for 5 breaths. Each time you exhale, relaxing your body a little more into the stretch. And 1 more breath here. And then releasing that right hand, hands back to Anjali Mudra. Taking a couple of breaths here, and we're just going to rinse out our spine, coming into a laying down position, hugging your knees up to your chest. So rinse out all of those twists that we just did, moving your knees in a circular motion and back the other way, reaching towards your feet. If you can, grabbing the outside edge of your feet, coming up into happy baby pose, or you can reach through to your shins or your ankles. Just moving your body around however you feel that it needs it at this point. And then releasing your feet down towards the mat with your soles touching each other. Allow your knees to fall out towards the sides and have your hands placed on your inner thighs, just relaxing in this position, allowing your knees to fall out towards the side into a butterfly posture. Taking 5 breaths here. Just opening through that whole inner thigh area. Taking some nice deep breaths here. Coming back to your intention for your practice and the chakra that you're opening up and the color of the energy around that chakra point. And bringing the knees back towards each other, feet flat on the ground. Drawing your heels in close to your buttocks. And we're going to lift up into a bridge position. So we're going to inhale, have our hands face down on the mat, palms down. We're going to inhale, lift up through the hips, squeezing through the buttocks, lifting up as high as you can through the chest, bringing your chest to your chin. You can leave your hands where they are, or you can bring them underneath and clasp them, drawing your shoulder blades together, coming up into bridge, taking 5 deep breaths here. Squeezing through the buttocks and lifting through the hips as high as you can towards the ceiling. Stretching through the whole front of your body and also stretching through your shoulders. Taking 2 more breaths here. And then slowly releasing your body down towards the mat. Hugging up your knees to your chest. Placing your right foot back down on the mat and your left foot across the front of the right leg. We're going to hug up that left knee towards our chest. As we exhale, we're going to draw it in. And as we inhale, we're going to draw it away from our body. Taking 5 deep breaths here and noticing that deep stretch and release through the left glute area, helping to release any tension in your lower back. We'll do 1 more inhalation and 1 more exhalation. Placing the right foot down onto the mat. Placing the left hand straight out from the left shoulder. Right hand on the left knee. And we're going to draw that left knee towards the right side and take our gaze to our left hand. Allowing that left knee to draw towards the ground and relax into that twist on the left side, noticing the massage of your organs down the left side of your body, all your internal organs, and the stretch through the outside of your left body. I'm going to stay here for 4 more deep breaths. Each time you exhale, relaxing a little more into the stretch, relaxing your body. And 1 more breath here. And then on your next inhalation, bring your knees back to center. Placing the left foot on the ground and bringing the right knee forward and taking the right foot across the front of the left leg. And then as you exhale, bring that right knee towards your body and inhaling, taking it away. Continue on for 5 more breaths, just giving that a really good squeeze, releasing the tension through the glute on the right side, helping to release any lower back stiffness that you may have on that side. Do 2 more breaths here. And then placing the left foot on the ground, left hand on the right knee, right hand straight out from your shoulder. And we're going to draw that right knee to the left side and take our gaze to the right hand. Keeping your shoulders on the ground for a nice stretch through the front of the chest. Slowly lowering that right knee towards the right side of the mat and relaxing into that deep twist on the right side, massaging through the organs on the right side of your body and noticing that stretch right down the outside of your buttocks and legs and side. Taking 5 deep breaths here. Exhaling and relaxing a little more into the stretch on each exhalation. Keeping your shoulders on the ground. Two more breaths here. And on your next inhalation, bringing your knees towards the center, hugging your knees towards your chest, releasing any twists, rinsing out your spine. From here, we're going to take our feet straight up in the air. Now, from here, you can put your feet up a wall or up the side of the bed that might be near you or a couch. You can come into a half shoulder stand if you wish, or you can just have your legs straight up in the air, or you can place a bolster behind you to support you. If you're going into the shoulder stand, you can bring your elbows a little bit more together. Having your legs up in the air, just give them a little shake so they feel nice and light. Giving your ankles a little bit of movement. We're going to stay here for 10 breaths. Inversions are a great way to boost your immunity and to help your lymphatic system, draining the fluids from your feet down your legs towards the lymph nodes in your groin. Coming back to your intention as you continue on with your breathing. If you have your legs up the wall, you might want to take them out wide. You might want to bring your feet so the soles of your feet are together so your knees are out wide. And if you're in a half shoulder stand, you might like to take your feet over the top of your head, bring the toes down towards the ground behind you. We'll take 3 more breaths. And then slowly lowering your spine down towards the mat. And coming into Savasana. So we're going to begin our Yoga Nidra. So getting nice and comfortable in your Savasana position. You may like to bring a blanket over you or an eye pillow. You might like to place a blanket or a bolster underneath your knees to help your lower back, or you can have your feet on the soles of your feet on the ground if that feels more comfortable. So getting yourself really comfortable into your Savasana position. Taking 3 deep relaxing breaths. Relaxing your body, being aware of the sounds in the distance. Moving your awareness from sound to sound without attempting to identify the sound. Be aware of your physical body lying in Savasana, the alignment of your body, chin lower than your forehead, your spine aligned, your arms close to the body, fingers away from the floor in a comfortable position. Become aware of your natural breath, keeping it completely spontaneous. Repeating your intention mentally 3 times, slowly with feeling. Rotating your consciousness around your body, your right hand thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of your hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side trunk, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, top of your foot, bottom of your foot, first, second, third, fourth, fifth toe. Check your awareness that you're still awake and moving your attention to the left side of your body. Your left hand, thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of your hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side trunk, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, top of your foot, bottom of your foot, toes, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Check your awareness that you're still awake, moving your attention to the back of your body, your heels, back of your legs, buttocks, back, shoulder, arms, whole spine, neck, back of your head, crown of your head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, eyebrow center, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, right nostril, left nostril, lips, chin, throat, chest, 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 abdomen, 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 pelvis, pelvis, pelvis. Become aware of your breath, counting back from 17 to 0. Check your awareness that you're still awake. Awakening the feeling of warmth. Your whole body is warm. Your arms are warm. Your legs are warm. Your whole body is warm. Now awaken the feeling of coolness in your body. The body is cool. Your arms are cool. Your legs are cool. Bring your awareness to the front of your closed eyes and imagine the following objects as they are named: a setting sun, a red rose, a beautiful garden, clear blue sky, a rainbow, sound of the ocean, an elephant, an eagle, a puppy, a sunrise. Now is the time in your practice to repeat your intention 3 times. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Feel your body resting in Savasana, aware of the room that you're in and your surrounds, the floor underneath you, the ceiling, the walls, the windows, the sounds inside the room and outside the room. Recall the time of day and know that the practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to an end. I will chime the singing bowl once, The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Stretching your arms above your head, stretching through the legs and the arms, and slowly rolling to one side, letting your eye pillows slide off onto the ground. Taking a few deep breaths on your side. You can stay here if you wish for a little bit longer rest, or you may like to come up into a seated position. Thank you all for being here today, for your beautiful yoga energy, acknowledging all that you do for yourselves and all that you do for each other in your beautiful yoga community. I'm going to close the practice with an Om. You can join me if you wish, but you don't have to. I'm going to take a big breath in and a big breath out, releasing all that doesn't serve us, and bring my hands to Anjali Mudra. Another breath in. Hands to our forehead for kind thoughts, and to our lips for kind words, and to our heart for a kind heart. Namaste. Well done.